From the block to the booth, the vision's revealed. We're unstoppable now, and the truth gon' reign. This is legacy in motion, remember the name. This is VACAY-JAYTV, the next level of exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Salute, 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 salute. VACAY-JAYTV, next level of exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Salute, salute. Subscribe right now, hit that bell and lock in with the real. Welcome to VACAY-JAYTV.
We are live. We are live. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J, back in the building, family. We are here. We are here. We are here. If you're in the building, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're here for the very first time. We are here to now talk about the Shad. Season 8, final season, right? Episode 6. Man, this one was very interesting. Very interesting, fam. If you've seen it, stick around. If you haven't, go watch it on Paramount Plus. Come back and definitely join the first reactions to this right here. Now, you already see who's on the screen. Let's get into it. You already see who's on the screen. This one right here, I tell you, shout out to Tiff for her incredible lying performance, right? She gave one of the most compelling lying because she was lying the entire episode. I understand why, but this was an incredible, interesting episode full of just a lot of questions and a lot of lies and a lot of people. I just wanted them to I wanted them to just go sit down. Go sit your butt down. But very touching, Darnell's speech. You know, this is the engagement party. Your girl Tiff put it together, but we're going to talk about some of the reasons why she wanted to volunteer to put this party together, right? We're going to talk about all that good stuff, family. If you're ready, hit the like button if you've seen it. But let's first do what we need to do. You know how we do. We're going to rate the show. We're going to rate the episode. So if you've seen it, if you saw it, if you watched it, what do you rate episode 6 of the Shad season 8? If you watched it, 1 for fire, 2 for good, 3 for man, 4 for not feeling it. Put that in the chat for me. Let me know your thoughts on it. Of course, when you guys start chatting, the chat will show up when it needs to show up. All right, fam, I hope you're having a great Friday. Happy Friday. It's time to get into it, okay? 1 out of 4. I appreciate you for coming through, Sonia. 1 out of 4, 1 for fire, 2 for good, 3 for man, 4 for not feeling it. Shout out to Mitchie Music, VACAY VIP. What up, what up? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for your love and support. Always good to see you. Steven Harris in the building. What's good? What's good? Okay, Sonia, you give it a 2 for good. You give it a 2 for good. Okay, okay. Wasn't fire. Wasn't man. Wasn't not feeling it. You gave it a 2 for good. Okay, okay. Mitchie Music, what do you give it? Steven Harris, what do you give it? All right. 1 out of 4. You know the rating over here. We different over here. We we different over here, fam. 1 for fire, 2 for good, 3 for man, 4 for. I try to simplify it for y'all because 1 out of 10 is a big spread. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of hard to tell. So I try to make it easier for y'all here. You know what I'm saying? Try to make it easier for y'all just so y'all can just be free throughout the day. You don't have to worry about 1s through 10s. Like it's 1 through 4. All right. So yeah, fam, let's get into it, man. The first thing that we see is this woman right here. What up, Jarius? I see you. Thank you for coming through. Mitchie Music gives it a 2 to 3. Okay. Okay. You mean like it's like good, but man, like maybe 2.5, like I did with I did that on Raising Canaan. I gave it a 2.5. It was like, it was good, but it was a little bit. So this was a 2.5 for you. Okay. In between 2 and 3. Got it. So again, we see your girl, Tiff. And Tiff is with your boy, Big Trig himself. And they are burying somebody right there, 6 feet deep in the ground. Who is it, fam? Put in the chat. Who are they burying? Why are they burying somebody? And the thing that kind of like bothered me the most, fam, is that they didn't just go anywhere. They went in the house backyard. I was like, what are y'all doing? That was the first question. I'll give my rating at the very end if I didn't mention it. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it, come back. All right, hit the like button on the way out and come back. Fam, explain to me why this was a great idea. Now, again, if this was a Victor Trig idea, I keep saying to myself, like, Victor in the past season, last season to this season, has not been making the greatest decisions. Now, if this was his idea, I don't think this is a good idea based on what we saw at the end of this episode. Because at the end of this episode, if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about, right? When she, Tiff volunteered for the engagement party, but after the engagement party, she volunteered to have the wedding right here in the backyard. Knowing that they just buried Nuck in the backyard. She is looking wild. Victor was like, she said, if they find out that I took out Nuck, they gonna take me out. And he was like, not over my dead body. Okay, you volunteering to be a bodyguard now. Okay, my man. Well, he want to guard her body anyway. You know what I'm saying? He been wanting to guard that body for a long time. But yeah, he gonna be there for her through thick and thin. This is their secret. Only they know as of right now at this very moment. But she is on the phone. Guess who gives her a call? Your girl, Keisha. And she's like, guess what? I got engaged. And she trying to keep it cool. Vic is like, yo, act normal. She's calling, answer the phone, be normal, okay? Yeah, and then Keisha automatically is just like, I wonder what Nuck would think. Why does she wonder so much about what Nuck thinks? She's like, you could tell him if you want. Well, I guess because Tiff is dating Nuck, right? She's like, you can tell him if you want. I know that's my ex. I know you with my ex because I'm with your ex, which is still wild. That's still a wild scenario, right? That even though Keisha was with Emmett first, Emmett got married to Tiff. They got a divorce. Now they get married. And Nuck was Keisha's boyfriend. And now they're together, but they ain't together no more because Tiff took out. Right? Crazy, wild scenario. Shout out to the writer. Shout out to Lena Waithe, right? So she's like, yeah, I guess I'll tell him, but congratulations. Yeah, we can have the engagement party here. Right? She's like, you sure? She's like, okay. So she happy, but again, distraught. She don't know what to do, but your man Trig is right there walking her through this like he's done this before. But them burying him right there, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, depending on how far down that they buried this dude, it looks like it's pretty far down. That looks like it's pretty far. I don't know if it's 6 feet deep, like in the funeral, you know what I'm saying? Like in the funeral, like the cemetery, but they buried him pretty deep. Okay. Cause for us to be looking up like that don't look, man, I don't know. I can stand up and still look at them and be like, hey, you ain't do a good job in burying me. Right. So I don't think that's a good idea, fam. What do y'all think? Chime in below. Let me know. But with all that being said, them burying Nuck in the backyard, we got the fam here and they are happy. They are joyous. The man Darnell, my guy, one of my favorite characters on the show. He is so happy that his boy and his soon-to-be daughter-in-law are getting engaged. They are toasting. I think it's a great moment. I think it's a great moment for the Shy, period, based on the history of what we know of these guys. You know, to go from sneaking under the bed, which which Emmett did mention at the engagement party. Like ain't no hiding under the bed no more. You know? So I'm happy for them, and I hope everybody's happy for them. Right? Right. Okay. So, family, do y'all think it was a good idea that they buried Nuck in the backyard? And are you happy for Emmett and Keisha on this engagement? I am. Okay. All right. Let's move on. And I'll look at the chat in a minute. So here we go. 1 week later. It is now 1 week after we have had the conversation. We buried Nuck. That body got to be rotten. That body got to be smelling. But again, if they buried them low enough in the ground, if it's 4 feet deep, I don't know. If it's 3 feet deep, you still smell a body, right? What if a dog gets in there and starts digging? What's this? I'm thinking of all the scenarios of why it's a bad idea. But we're looking at 1 week later, and your girl, Tiff, is on some like, yeah, so we can have this over here. We can have the bar over here. She's setting everything up. And, you know, Keisha's like, oh, you know, I appreciate this. And this is so nice of you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, 1 week later after you unalive the father of her child, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that she has the best engagement party, period, right? The best engagement party. Oh, that's them toasting right there. Right? So I'm just like, yeah, you know, Keisha, of course, I did a clip on it. I did a whole, you know, what's next and my thoughts on it, but I'm gonna talk about it briefly here. Tiff is acting like she don't know nothing. Keisha is very concerned because now it's a week later, nobody's heard from Nuck. Nuck, if your buck is not around, right? So they're like, you know, Keisha's like, yo, what's going on? I'm concerned. I haven't heard from him, you know, and Tiff is like, I haven't heard from him either. Lie. Well, it's not a lie because you haven't heard from him after you popped him. So it's not a lie. That's not a lie, right? But she's like, yeah, you know, why would he do that to Ronnie? This, that, and the third. You know, she really concerned about more so Ronnie than anything, right? I mean, that's her baby. Nuck is his child, but Tiff is like, yeah, I don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing. You know, sometimes he wasn't acting right. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't acting right. He was acting a little weird, is what she's saying. I'm just like, that's true too, but that is true. He was acting a little funny when he was like, I love you, and she ain't say I love you back. What she's saying is not a lie. Tiff is saying, hey, he was acting a little weird a couple of days, and we had an argument. Now that part is a lie. We had an argument and he left is the hugest lie, right? But him acting weird because she said, I ain't love you, and then thinking that Bakari turned his back on him, that is the truth. But it's not the whole truth, right? It's not the whole truth. And Keisha's concerned. She's very worried about all of this stuff. And I would too. She's like, yeah, why would he do Ronnie like that? Why would he do Ronnie like that? That ain't right. Like, he wouldn't just bounce on his son like that. You know what I'm saying? He loved that boy from what Keisha's saying. But then again, it is what it is, right? Okay. So now let's move on. We got your girl, Britney, and she's sitting down with Jackie. Now, here's the thing, man. Their relationship is different to me. Like, I mean, I don't know how they know each other. Like, how do they know each other? How do they cool with each other like that? You know what I'm saying? When did this happen? Because I never knew that Jackie was cool with Britney. But again, you know, when you in the community, I guess everybody kind of know each other. I don't know. But this was like the craziest conversation, right? So first off, she gives us some money. Jackie gives Britney some money. Britney on some like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you back. She's like, nah, you're not even gonna pay me. She's like, I'm gonna try to pay you back. She's like, where you get this money from? You know, it was a job. A job is a job, you know? And then all of a sudden, she's like, who? Like, Britney, why are you asking so many questions? I mean, y'all close like that? I never knew these two to be close like that. I wouldn't put that together. I don't care if they're gay or not. Like, I've never seen them interact like this before. Well, I guess that was behind the scenes. We didn't see it until now. I guess they really know each other like that. But she was like, yo, how you get all this money? She's like, it was a job. She's like, what type of job? None of your business. Come on, you could trust me. She's like, come on, you could trust me. And then Jackie tells her that, yeah, they put a hit, they did a hit out on some woman. You know, and she was like, who put the hit out? Right? And then she told her, and it was just like, you really trust Britney like that? I guess they know each other. For Jackie to do it like this, I guess they must know each other like that. Because I ain't just telling anybody, you know, hey, you know what, I put a hit out, you know, I did a job and I got all this money, and that's why I'm letting you borrow some money, because I got a lot of money. So it was just kind of weird to me that this conversation happened, especially right there. Is that Smokey's? That's Smokey's, right? Right there. I don't think that's not Smokey's. Maybe it is. But still, man, I was just like, yo, this is weird to me that they know each other and they trust each other like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, to me, it just didn't fit. Did it fit for y'all? Y'all let me know. All right, let me go to chat, see what y'all talking about real quick. Let me check on y'all. What up? I see you coming through the door. What up? I see the family. What up, family? There goes my vacay family. All right. Submit Your Music says exactly. Some of it felt like filler, right? So I said in my Raising Canaan live earlier, I'm not using the word filler anymore. I'm using the word informative, because while there's not a lot of action going on, there's a lot of information being given through their conversations. So I've changed it up. You can say whatever you want, that's fine. But I changed it up and I say, you know what? We're dealing with informative episodes now. All right. Steven says Bakari might be the surprise unalivement this season. Maybe. But look, we've been saying that for a while, right, fam? We've been saying Bakari need to go. Bakari need to, you know, he need to get paid back. Somebody need to pay him back. I've been saying it. I don't know about it. Somebody need to pay him back for taking out Ronnie. I've been saying that. He said Keisha was doing too much about Nuck. You think so? I don't know if she was doing too much. I think over the years that little Ronnie's been alive, I think they may have been, you know, just they've established some type of routine and relationship. Like they already reconciled. Like Keisha and Nuck already reconciled. He apologized for leaving her at the bus stop. Remember season 3 when she got kidnapped and the whole 9? He was supposed to meet her at the bus stop. She was out there looking all fly. It was all dark, and then she got kidnapped. Remember that? So they reconciled a long time ago. Now they got a kid together. I think they established a relationship because of little Ronnie. You know what I mean? But understood the boundaries of, okay, you with Tiff, I'm with Emmett. It is what it is. Like a respect type of thing. But still, that's the father of her child. You know what I'm saying? You know Keisha love kids. Yeah, Keisha randomly asking about Nuck is suspicious. You think so? I don't think so. I think that's a concern, Mom. Mitchell Music says, it seemed like everybody had an idea that Tiff or Trig done it at the party. I don't know. I mean, I think they were wondering because they were kind of rolling around with each other and kind of going upstairs with each other. You know what I'm saying? Kind of looking at each other. Yes, there's definitely suspicion. I don't know about suspicion that what was done, because we know what was done, but the people at the party don't know what was done, right? They have no idea. We say, yeah, Shad is tripping. I hope Shad doesn't do anything. Yeah, man. I'm going to talk about Shad in a minute, man. Excuse me. I'm going to talk about Detective Shad in a minute, bro. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. That is why Tiff feels like she owes Keisha. Exactly. The guilt is crazy on Keisha, right? Crazy guilt on Keisha. Mission Music says, Keisha asked way too many times about Nuck after a week. I mean, look, let's look at it like this from a reality state, right? As realistic as possible, when you have the father of your child, even though you have your man, y'all got kids, it is what it is, right? you taking care of his kid, but Nuck specifically is taking care of her only child, right? That's the consistency of a father in her child's life. And when that goes away, the child is definitely affected by that. That throws the routine off. So Keisha, she is definitely becoming a really great mom. So when she got stuff like connected with, okay, this kid, that kid, da, and your girl, what's her name? Is helping out. Like it throws the whole routine off when part of the routine goes out of the window. At the same time, I think she does have a little bit of care for him because of their past and because he's the father of little Ronnie. So that's the way I see it, man. I don't think it was too many questions. I think that because Tiff was going out with Nuck, she's the one that she needs to ask, what's up? What's up, Dimitri? I see you. We say Tiff and Victor are forced to hide a heavy life-altering secret from the rest of the crew. Yes, that's it. Okay, what's up, Sonia? She says, yes, I thought Britney was asking a lot of questions. I was surprised. Yeah, me too. This right here, it threw me off because I was like, they know each other like that? Crazy. Kari reaches out to complicate. Yes. Doing the ChatGPT thing again, my brother? Okay. They're all talking too much. Yes, they are. This episode, everybody's asking questions. People need to go sit down. They're just questions. Two different shows, but how Marshall go out before Bakar. What up, Support Gaming? What up? Marshall had to go. Marshall, he was standing 10 toes down for the wrong crew. And, little man had to take care of him. D-man had to take care of him. We talking about Force, fam. We talk about Power Book 4 Force. If you haven't watched that, that's between, the Power fans, we know. Yes, please hit the like button and the hype button. Thank you, Mitchy Music. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it. Like I said, this episode was very interesting, and we're gonna talk more about it. All right, where are we? Okay, let's go here, fam. All right. Look, I like this show, man. I don't know what anybody else got to say, but I like this show. All right. This is where your girl Tiff is being questioned by Schmitty and Big Mike. And yeah, your man Trig is right there by her side, holding on to he's Trig right here. Right here, he's Trig because he got the strap right on his back. He because they walked up. So Smitty's like, yeah, where is he? She's like, I told you for the last time, I don't know where he is. And he's like, I think you lying. She's like, I ain't lying. That's my man. Big Mike like, yo, did you do it? It's like, come on, man. That was my man. Get up out of here. Right? And he's like, watch what you say to me. Right? So Smitty rolls up on Tiff like, watch how you talk to me. And she rolls back like, what you going to do if I don't? I was like, oh, that's Tiff. But that's like Alicia too. You know what I'm saying? That's like the G of Tiff. Tiff was always like that. Tiff was like that. You know what I'm saying? Tiff be like that. She got that dog in her. But now that she in power, oh man, she got the Alicia, you know what I'm saying, aggressiveness too. Because now that she had got her first body, I believe this is Tiff's first body, which is Nuck. Oh yeah, she like, what you gonna do, son? What you gonna do? Pop off if you want. And they like, all right, let's go. But like I said, Trig was right there with the strap. Like, you want to do something? All right. She's like, get the F out. I was like, yeah, tell him, Tiff. Tell him what's up. You know what I mean? But she bossed up. She got her first body, so it is what it is. Don't mess with Tiff, because if Tiff could take out Nuck just like that, point blank range on some like, this is for Rob. Don't sleep on Tiff at this point. Nobody should be sleeping on Tiff, because Tiff will body you. She will body you. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Man, what do you got to think about Tiff though and her demeanor now? Like, again, once she got all this inheritance, man, well, for me personally, she started looking better. Okay. She started looking better. She started, you know what I mean, walking around with the furs and all of that. Like, she got a little bit of bread, but now after this whole pow nuck, get the F out of here, we burying you two in my backyard. That's G to me. That's G. I don't know if it's smart though, the backyard. We'll get back to that. Okay, here we are, and we are with Emmett and Keisha, and they got the planner. Who's the planner? That's Big Shirley from New Family Business, New Orleans. And name all the characters that she was in Waiting to Exhale. What's her name? What's her real name? Y'all know it. You know her as Sunshine on one of my favorite movies, Harlem Nights. That's Sunshine right there. Because when you get the P, it's like sunshine. I love her, yo. She is so beautiful. But she is the wedding planner. Keisha and Emmett going back and forth. Keisha wants a small, intimate wedding. Your man Emmett's like, yo, this is my last wedding. I want it to be big. You know, so they going back and forth. She's like, yeah, you know, don't worry about it. Work it out. Talk it out. Come to a conclusion. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, we can have Smokies catering. She's like, we ain't eating Smokies. We eat Smokies all the time. I love the back and forth with them, but that's real, right? That's real when two people got to get on the same page. And that's one thing that I can say while we all have our own type relationships with whoever we have it with, I think this was a good example of them kind of like trying to work things out without taking each other's head off, right? One person wants one thing, the other person wants another. You know, eventually if you saw it, you know, they eventually worked it out. They're going to have a medium size, right? So it's not going to be 100 and it's not going to be 50, but it's going to be close to 50 people coming. Because they was thinking about the expense. They was thinking about, you know, even she was like, yeah, the biggest expense is food and beverage. And Keisha was like, I ain't trying to feed everybody. You know, Emmett wanted an open bar. She's like, heck nah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like, it's good to have somebody who's not just rolling with the idea and not looking at the bigger picture, right? Because remember, they got all these kids. Right, so Keisha think about the kids. She think about the cost. She think about the expenses, and so yeah, man, I like these two together. I like them together. All right. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let's talk about it. Man, oh man, oh man. Your girl not Keisha. Tiff rolls up on your boy Bakari. Bakari comes to the house. She's like, you knew all this time that Nuck took out Rob? And he like, and she just said, pow, she smacked the shit out of it. You deserve it, boy. She smacked the taste out your mouth. She smacked the tongue out your mouth. She smacked everything out your mouth, boy. You deserved it, man. You know what I'm saying? And your man Trig had to step in, hold her back. And he was like, yo, why you ain't tell us, man? He's like, I ain't want to get unalive. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want him to tell him to kill me. Right? She was like, well, I killed him. And look at Trig. Trig is like, oh, why you even say that to this boy? Like, dang, Tiff. Like, Tiff be in the moment, she be emotional, but she a G now, right? She got her first body. Now she a G with some money. Like, well, I took him out. And Bakari's like, word? He's like, for real? Like, he looks shocked. He's like, what? Look at it. He like, you did? Dang. And I think it was a good, while Trig may be like, dang, why you tell him? I think it was a good thing that she said it to Bakari to warn his ass, like, look, yeah, I took out your boss. Bruh, I'll take you out too. So that, to me, that was like an Alicia move, right? Because you know Alicia be like, pow, okay, I took you out. Just like she took out Zay, ain't asked no questions, Nuck lied to her, boom. You know what I mean? So I think that's more so like a Alicia move with a little bit of Tiff in it. She's like, boy, you work for me now. I was like, dang. He's like, all right, what you want me to do? So now he gonna move into Nuck's house, and if people come by, just tell him he ain't come back, he just left town. I'm like, okay, well, you get a brand new crib, Bakari. You get well, it ain't brand new. Cause we see Bakari up in there, sitting on the bed, putting his clothes in there, taking Nuck's clothes out. You know, he better burn those clothes. He better burn those clothes. Don't be putting those clothes in a closet. He probably gonna put it in the closet. Somebody gonna come there and be like, yo, where Nuck at? Oh, his clothes are still here. What the hell? What's going? You know what I'm saying? Like he may do something stupid like that. I hope not. But yeah, your man gets a new crib. But he works for Tiff now. It's like, why? Because you owe me, boy. You owe me, son. So it is what it is. So he got a new crib. It is what it is. He gonna go in the crib, like I said, and yeah, do his thing. All right, let's get to this, man. What do y'all think about Shad, man? Shad in this episode kind of pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you know what, man. Detective Shad, I understand why he wants to know, but again, patience, he's right there. This is your woman now, bro. You need to learn to focus. But because you care about Nora, she gone, bro. Like she threw you to the curb. She was about to let you rot in jail. This woman right here risked her life, time, effort, everything, did all this stuff to get you out, and you focused on Nora and who took her out? I just need to find out what's going on and who took her out. I was like, Shad, you are not smart, bro. She just like, look, man, she gone. Ain't nothing you could do about it. I am your present and future. Why you dwelling on the past? And I was with Patience on this. Like, you bugging. But she like, yo, look, I ain't even going to the engagement party. He's like, why? She's like, listen, I'm confused right now. And I would be too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did all this stuff for you. I'm letting you stay here in my crib. Or maybe not. Nah, he ain't staying in the crib, but I let you in my life, right? I let you meet my son. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you into my world, and you worrying about the past and who took out who and this, that, and the third. Because you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he putting his energy in the wrong place. And I was mad at Shad because he don't know a good thing if it's spit in his face. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with some people, not just men, just some people. They don't know a good thing if it's right in their face and they wasting time on the past. You know what I mean? So she ain't going to the engagement party. He going alone. It is what it is. All right? So Britney talks to her brother. Now, again, when somebody say, trust me, don't trust him. See this face? This is a face that you do not trust. This is a woman that you do not trust. Because Jackie told her in confidence not to say anything about anything. Right? But she talks to Bakari's like, yo, did you even decide where you want to go? Da-da-da-da. And she's like, nah. But, you know, I know something about something. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, why you even tell? I don't want you to work with Reg. That's why, because I don't want you to work with Reg. It's dangerous working with Reg. You may get popped. Here's the reason why. Because they popped somebody. Some girl, right? Some woman, it was on the news, blah, 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 blah. Right? And he's like, who? What you talking about? Bakari like, what you talking about? I'm like, this was just one of the most busybodiest episodes that people just spilling the beans, like can't hold nothing. Even Darnell was like, yeah, you know, you can quote, you can make this day the day that I didn't spill the beans and I could hold water. And they was like, nah. So this is the episode where everybody's just talking to everybody, and just like who said it? One of y'all said it. They just talking too daggone much and just spreading rumors. And like, again, Britney, why? You said Jackie could trust you, but you telling your brother. You know what I'm saying? And he the last person you need to tell. Because if he was still with Lene, he would have told Lene. Right? That's how it works, right? And that's why Tiff, when she had that conversation, Trig was like, this conversation never happened. And Tiff was like, don't tell nobody, not even Lene, especially Lene. Don't open your mouth to your girl or ex-girl, whatever she is to you. So Bakari, man, like, this was a very like gossipy, like nobody can hold nothing. We just gonna tell everybody everything, and you just gonna have to deal with it, right? You just gonna have to deal. Okay, where we at? All right. All right, here we go. So Shad, Trig, they're getting ready for the engagement party, right? And Shad is like, yeah, I just, I just can't sleep. I can't, I need to find out. You know how you talk. Jason Weaver, shout out to Jason Weaver with your light ass voice. I'm just saying, he be like a gangster, but it's light. I just can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta find out who took out Noah. He's like, why? Like, what is your problem? You got patience. What's going on? It's like, I don't know. I just got these feelings. He's like, yo, ignore the feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the feelings that got them put in jail in the first place. So, Trig, you finally stepping up to tell your boy to stop feeling so much and use your brain and focus on his current girlfriend. That's living. That's alive. Not Alicia that's dead. Not Nora that's gone. Focus on patience, man. Fight these bum ass feelings because it's the feelings that got both of them locked up in the first. Oh, let's move her body because I feel bad because I should have been it. Bro, it's your emotion. Your emotional ass is what's getting you in trouble. Your emotional ass patience may leave you because of your emotions, bro. You know what I mean? And it may get you unalive because you moving around too much, right? So your man's like, yo, stop the feelings. Just stop feeling, period. In fact, why don't you just stop thinking? just don't think no more, Shad. Just keep it to yourself, bro. Like, just, for real, man. So Shad is at the party and he is drinking it up, boy. They are serving, Riley's like, yeah, drink up. And he just keep drinking. And, Darnell comes over, gives him a drink. He's happy. Everybody's happy. They got Shorty on the cello. She getting busy. But Shad, he's drinking his butt up and they are having a great time. And I didn't realize how big that house was. That's a big old house that Tiff got. Because it looks so dark. It looks so dark that you don't really see the scale of the house, but the lights bring it out, right? All these lights and all these curtains and all this and that. That's a big old house. That's basically a mansion out there in Chicago, right? So they having fun. It's a great time. I'm happy for them. It is what it is. But again, this is the busiest episode, fam. I'm just like, yo, everybody talking to each other. Everybody asking questions, asking, where's Nuck? Or asking, this is not even a Nuck party. Like, everybody just in everybody's business. This episode should have been called Get Out My Business. It's none of your business. And Emmett sees homeboy, I forgot his name, but Jordan, that's his girlfriend. And Emmett gets mad at Darnell. He's like, yo, man, stop inviting people to my engagement party. All right. And he's like, yo, man, you ain't invite your brother. He's like, don't talk about my brother. It's like, well, your brother's the one that stole. He's like, well, it's your fault because you gave him the idea. He's like, yeah, my bad. Congratulations, Jackie Long. Congratulations. He's like, you still in the street? He's like, nah, I'm changing over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? And then he introduces Jordan. He's like, nice to meet you. He's like, you brought a +1? They still got that ugly ass portrait, man. They need to take that down, but that's the terrible. Anyway, don't get me on that. But he's like, oh, that's okay. +1. Nice to meet you. It is what it is. But everybody's having fun. I'm happy. And Emmett seems to be happy too. But Jordan is here. It is what it is. He's trying to stay out of the street. Okay, that's cool. Because I wonder what happened to him because we haven't seen him in like 3 episodes. So we see what's going on. All right. Let me talk to y'all. Let me see what y'all guys. I see y'all chatting. Hold up. I see y'all chatting. I'm gonna come before y'all in a minute. But this was a wild party. And like I said, everybody is doing the most in this party, especially the kids, which I will get to in a minute. All right. I will get to them in a minute. Okay. Let me see. All right. I see y'all. Man, shout out to everybody for coming through. I see y'all in the chat. Let me read a couple of comments here. All right. And you guys are definitely chatting. Okay. Demetrius says, I think Keisha is genuinely concerned for Nuck, but I want to know, why would Tiff tell Bakari she took out Nuck and he has to now live in Nuck's place? Isn't that setting Bakari up because he no longer works for Nuck, working for Reg? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Because let's say Smitty and Big Mike come around to go to Nuck house because they're looking for him. And like, what are you doing here? You ain't supposed to be down with in Nuck's spot. You ain't down with us no more. I'm saying, what you doing here? Why you living here? That's a good point. That's a very good point. Very good point. They could take out Bakari just off of PC, just off of that right there. Right? Stephen Harris says, Jake takes a stand. Jake is stepping up and finding his own independent ultimate, drawing a line in the sand, standing up to Reg. Bro, that was last episode, bro. You are taking from chat. Stop taking from ChatGPT. That is last episode. That's not this episode, bro. Chill. Yes, Layla Rashawn. Love Layla Rashawn, man. I love Big Shirley. I love her. How did Tiff find out Bakari's new? That's a good question. Maybe she brought him over. Well, remember, okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. They found out about the recording from Lene, right? Trig found out, told Tiff, Nuck is out of here. Lene is connected to Bakari, right? So Lene, Bakari, maybe they put it 2 and 2 together. We know that Bakari says some stuff to Lene, right? Yeah. Bakari says some stuff to Lene. That's how they found out. They found out through Lene about, Nuck taking out the pastor Zeke. So I think they just kind of put two and two together. Like, yeah, you associated with the person that told Trig and played the recording. You must be connected. So she was questioning him, and then he just admitted it. When specific character storylines are you most interested in exploring? Oh, when or what? We say that is stupid for Vic to ask, why didn't you tell us? Yep. Bad idea for Bakari to stay in Nuck's spot. Yeah, this looks like a setup. Yeah, could be. Because, again, she mad at Bakari because Bakari didn't come forward and say, yo, I know that your man or Nuck. He could have told her a long time ago. He could have, but he ain't want to snitch. Because that's considered snitching. Mr. Music says, that does look like a setup with Bakari living in Nuck's house. Yeah, bad idea. Yep. Everybody agrees on that. Shad is spiraling out of control. He's going to be right back in jail. I hope not. Shad just, you know what I think, fam? I think Shad, because he don't got a real, like, he got a job with Tiff sweeping or whatever at the barbershop, but he don't got a real job. Like, he got too much time on his hands. You know, when people got too much time on their hands, they start getting busybody and they start asking questions and doing all this and that. They got too much on their mind. And yeah, he's like, I can't sleep. No, take your ass to bed. Go sit down. Go lay down with your girl. How about that? It is stupid to have Bakari live at Nuck's house. Everybody knows that Nuck and Bakari ain't cool. Exactly. Shad can be really stupid, especially when it comes to women. Could be. No, he is. But he admitted it though. He's like, I can never get it right with women. Yeah, because I'm not making an excuse for him, but you remember before he got locked, before he came out, like he missed like a whole time period where he needed to develop when it comes down to how to speak with women, how to, connect with women. You remember that when he was trying to sell the old school stuff at his ex-girl's house? Remember that? He was just missed the whole, he's behind in his social skills. He's way behind. So Shad, we can't expect Shad to kind of be on this level now, even though he's been out of jail for a while, except like recently. But still, you could go in and out of jail and still be underdeveloped socially. know what I'm saying? So Shad is underdeveloped socially if you really think about it. It seems like everybody's on the show is talking too much right now. Nobody can keep it together. That's I think this episode is the point. What's the name of this episode? It's called when the truth thaws out, or when the truth thaws. So when it melts, the truth is now being revealed, or people just spilling the beans. Yep. What's up? What's up? He says, boy, when Keisha found out about Nuck. Yeah, it's on. It's on. I agree with you. Keisha gonna go crazy because Tiff is just like, nah, we're good. We're good. All right. All right. All right. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. All right. And I'm gonna just start highlighting some points here. Okay, yeah, Jake and his little girlfriend. They looking at that ugly ass portrait. Yo, I really don't like that portrait. I'm like, that joint look crazy. They look like zombies to me. Tell me they don't look like zombies. Tell me Leon ain't looking like a zombie right here, bro. Tell me she ain't looking scary right there. This looks like a scary portrait. Rob, who is this kid? Again, I'm being very picky, but I never liked this. This looks like morbid to me. This is not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whoever the artist is, God bless you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You probably got some way better work. I just am not feeling this one. I'm not feeling this one. That's all. All right. So yeah, they're going back and forth. I'm not really into this back and forth with Jake. I think Jake's storyline, to be honest, I think Jake's storyline is done. I think they added this young lady just to kind of make his storyline interesting, but there's nothing else to really Jake for us to really kind of like explore. He's still trying to find himself. He's still playing the player role. There's nothing really for him to do right now. No disrespect to him as an actor, but they throwing her in there just to kind of make it interesting, right? So they're going back and forth. You know, I wasn't really like whatever. Okay. What's her name? Give me her name. Her name always escapes me. I don't know why. Maybe because she's not like a main character, but I never remember her name. But she's talking to Shad, and Shad is like, I was hoping your wings had a little bit of, like weed in it so it could take the edge off. And she like, you ain't the one getting married. What you need the edge taken off for? Like, Shad is just making such a big deal out of this. It's like, at first I understood it, but then it becomes annoying after some periods of time, right? It becomes annoying for Shad to be like, yeah. And now he's going around asking questions. Yeah, I ain't even going to pull it up. Shad just asking mad questions and asking Emmett, is he worried about Nuck? And telling Emmett, yo, just focus on you and Keisha. The same thing that Trigg said to him, just focus on you and Patience. I'm done with you. Shad, go sit down. Go sit down, bro. Go sit down. Okay. I want to get to the funny part. This is the funny part. This is the part that I'm like, oh, this was hilarious, yo. So these kids, boy, these boys, the new big three, that's what I'm calling them. I'm calling them the new big three. These boys end up finding Tiff's room, going through her stuff. You kids are trouble. Finding her private stash of weed, and then they start smoking it. And Devontae is like, yo, what are y'all doing? They laughing, smoking, choking. And he's like, yeah, come on, try it. And Devontae, he know better. He's like, nah, what if he get caught? He's like, yo, man, stop being a pussy. That peer pressure, right? So he's smoking it, and they are getting high. And I'm like, this is definitely comic relief, but is this far-fetched for nobody to be watching these kids, right? And they're just roaming the house. Is this far-fetched? Because again, this is supposed to be a personal party. This is not like, open to the public. So they ain't really watching the kids. It's like, all right, the kids going to be doing what they do. Ain't nobody really watching these kids at all, but they are in her stuff. and they're getting high. What did y'all think? Chime in below. Were you mad at this part? Were you laughing at this part? Were you like, bruh, I can't believe these kids? Now, again, remember, these are troublesome kids, okay? They they are problematic kids. But when I saw them on the bed, right? When I saw them on the bed, just like high as a kite, I have to admit, big OG, big Unk, I was laughing. I was laughing. These kids are high. They shouldn't be getting high, okay? We know. But I was laughing. I'm not gonna front. I was. Y'all put in the chat, man. Y'all put in the chat below. How'd you feel about this? Okay. Let me get back to it. How'd y'all feel about these kids getting high? I want to know your thoughts on that real quick. Because this was crazy. What up, DeMarcus? I see you, bro. This was, I'm gonna be honest, it was hilarious to me. It was hilarious. What'd you say, Cassandra? What's up, Cassandra? Keisha said Nuck never been late with the money. Keisha looking for that child support. Oh, she did say that, right? What up? Miss Snellings. Hey, Miss Snellings, good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a minute. How you doing? Been a minute. Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you for coming through. Right? But these kids are getting high as a kite. We said, okay, Emmett is going to find out from Victor. Okay, here we go, man. I'm bro, come on, man. But these kids are high as a kite. You know, they get caught eventually. You know, they got the munchies. They were chomping on, eating all the food. It was a moment. All right. It felt like a young version of Half Baked. If y'all remember Half Baked with Dave Chappelle, it felt like that. But Shad finds out, and I'm about to wrap this up. Shad finds out from talking to Britney, need to talk to Reg, and then he goes over there, Mr. Private Detective. Everybody's like, yo, where's Nuck? What if, you know, Lene and them, and they all scared, like, we hope you don't come back. But again, I was kind of like, Shad, what are you doing? I was really like, I don't understand why you're doing this. Okay? And we're gonna wrap this up. But Shad goes to Reg, and he pulls out the strap on Reg. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Go sit down. You doing all this for what? Right? Okay? Britney, we can't trust Britney. She's a snitch. But he goes to Reg. He's like, Reg is like, yo, somebody made the call. He's like, he pulls out the strap. Tell me who did it. And I was like, are you serious, Shad? You really gonna pull the strap out on Reg? It just was ridiculous to me. Like, this was ridiculous. Now, again, Reg ain't gonna retaliate because they go way back. You know what I'm saying? He considers him an OG, but to pull the strap out on him just to get information because he wasn't gonna give it up. Yeah, you know, somebody made the call. And he was like, who? And Reg is on some like, well, if I tell you, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. And he's like, what? He's like, I'm gonna need you to try to talk to Trig and Jake to get him back so I could be back in their life. And he's like, man, I can't force them to F with you, man. They don't F with you. So he's like, all right, I'll try. And then he says, Rosalind made the call. So what you gonna do? Okay, now you know Rosalind made the call. You gotta keep your word and go talk to Trig and Jake and try to, you know, well, he did tell me who took out my ex or whatever girl it was. Try to talk to Reg now. Like, so Reg misses his brothers. That's what he misses. Cause Shad was like, well, you got your girl. He's like, yo, she ain't blood. So, but my question is, What are you going to do? Everybody told you, don't do nothing stupid. You promised Jake and Trig, not going to do anything stupid. Now you back at it. Roaming around like Private Eye, but now you Mr. Gangster. I was mad at him in this episode. I was like, bro, it ain't that serious, bro. I can't sleep in that. Bro, go to sleep. Let Patience go down, handle you, do what she need to do. She gonna put you to sleep, bro. But no, you want to be gangster. Okay, Shad. Makes no sense to me, man. I wasn't mad at the writing. I wasn't mad at nothing. I was mad at the character. Like, you have too much time on your hands. Go work somewhere. Go do something. Okay. So let's go here as we wrap this up. Right. We go back to where we started. We go back to Tiff's house. Keisha comes out. She's like, yeah, everything worked out. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's good. You know, me and Emmett trying to work out. You know, we trying to figure out the wedding. And she's like, well, you can have the wedding here. And I was like, Tiff, you are really feeling so guilty. Because she's like, yeah, you know, you can have the wedding here. She's like, I don't want to put you out. She's like, listen, I got money. She's like, Tiff is like, I got money. Like, I don't want to, you know, take away your savings. She's like, nah, I'm going to pay for it all. I'm like, dag, Tiff, you feel that bad? Yeah, you should. And Tiff was like, I owe you. Yeah, you do. Because you took away Keisha's baby father. Yo, that's what you did. You know, and Keisha's like, oh, I can't believe it. You know, you really going to do this? You already did the engagement party. Like, yo, you think that this is going to soften the blow if Keisha finds out that you lied to her about Nuck, that you took out Nuck, that it's your fault, you know? And she's like, oh, I love you, you know, to give her a hug. I'm like, this is terrible, bro. Tiff is becoming just as terrible as Nuck. Unaliving Rob and then moving in and having and getting down with Tiff and being around Rob's son. Like, this is bad. Like, Tiff, this is really bad, because when the shit hits the fan, oh, the wrath of Keisha, boy. The wrath of Keisha is going to happen, and ain't nothing going to save you from the wrath of Keisha, boy. I don't know how this going to play out. Y'all let me know. How do you think this is going to play out if Lena Waithe writes that Keisha finds out the truth? Now, if they having this wedding, like I said, if they're having this wedding in the backyard, where your boy Nuck is buried, family, who is to say that no dog or nobody or no person or no kid is going to dig up a body? What if what if a bone pops out? You know what I'm saying? What if something pops out? Like, what if a hand or something, a finger? You know what I'm saying? What if something pops out? What if they have a flood, right? And it brings the water down to where the body floats up. There's so many different scenarios to this, man. Oh man, this is terrible, fam. This is not a good idea. Tiff, you about to be up Schitt's Creek, man. It's about to be a wrap for you. Nuck is right there in the backyard. He talking about having a wedding here. I'll pay for it. Bruh. Not good, not good, not good. All right, family. All right. I see you, fam. And DeMarcus, I see your super chats. Let me read those real quick. Good looking out, my guy. Appreciate that. You know, I got to show my guy some love. Yeah. Appreciate that, fam.
Thank you for your contribution.
Yes, sir.
And bringing that VACAY energy.
Appreciate that, man. You say Patience will talk to Judge Bradley about Rosalind. Yeah. Didn't they talk already? And the judge was like, nah, I don't think it was Rosalind. But they was talking about who took out Alicia, right? And Patience like, well, I think it was Rosalind. And the judge was like, no, I don't think so. Remember, they had that conversation a while ago. So we'll see. We'll see if that pops back up. Cassandra never been known for making rational decisions. Oh, Shad. Sorry. I read your name. My bad. Shad has never been known. Thank you, Cassandra, for that comment. Thank you again to my guy, DeMarcus. Thank you for that super chat again, brother. He says, Tiffany basically threw a Death and Keisha and Emmett engagement party where Tiff eliminated Nuck at the same time. Crazy, right? Insane, my guy. Good looking, man. I appreciate it, man.
That's my dog. Take that. That's my dog.
Thank you for that super chat, my guy. Appreciate you, man. All right. Demetria, as we wrap this up, Demetria, move this over here. Demetria says, yeah, Tiff is doing entirely too much. Keisha is still going to be pissed because Keisha considered her a good friend. Exactly. In fact, that's supposed to be her best friend besides Emmett right now. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be her girl. That's supposed to be the homie. That's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? They do thick and thin. That's, you know what I'm saying? Britney will snitch on anybody. She came on the show being paid to snitch on Bakari. True. You are right, Artillery. I like that name. Artillery. I like that. You're right. You're absolutely right. She was paid to watch Bakari and all this and that and find out what he's doing. You're right about that. Yep. Mrs. Snelling says, facts. I'm hoping Tiff can keep it hidden because if they found out, yeah, it's going to be crazy. Crazy. Steven says, does Keisha love Emmett or Nuck? Damn, she is the worst on the show. No, I think you have to look a little deeper, bro. She got love for Nuck. Remember, they used to have a relationship. Remember that. But she has respect for him. And at the same time, now to find out that he was the father of her child, you know what I'm saying? All that time that she was kidnapped, she was pregnant with Nuck's child. And because that dude that kidnapped her was getting it in with her, like, that's kind of wild. So I think she has love and respect for him because of how Nuck did step up as a father for little Ronnie. And then they reconciled. And like I said earlier, they developed a mutual consensual like relationship as far as like, okay, I'm with Emmett. I respect you. You father of my child. Boom. We gonna work this thing out. We gonna work this village out. Okay. What Stay Fly, what's good? What's good? Thanks for coming back. If Tiff sent the evidence to the cops, she be in danger from the mob. Okay. I want my revenge too. You want your revenge for who? For who? Can you imagine Keisha doing that to Tiff and say, this is for Nuck? Whoa. Chill. Yo, Porter, chill. Are you serious? Oh, don't even go there, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. That would be crazy. The market says, what do you say? I believe someone will smell the see, that's what I was saying, brother. I was saying that earlier. This right here is 1 week later. They haven't decided when they're going to get married. So imagine a month from 6 months from now, 5 months from now, 8 months from now, whenever they decide to get married and have this thing. All right. At this point, that body is decrepit. That body has decayed in the whole nine. It's in the backyard. That's why I said that's a bad idea. They could have went anywhere in the Shire and buried this body somewhere. Or outside of the Shire. Right? There's plenty of places in Illinois, right? That boom. Okay. So yeah, let's that would, again, I don't know who decided to do that. But I'm thinking it was Trig. And also the writers because they want to make it more dramatic. Okay. Steven says, then Keisha will be upset with Emmett for not telling her about Nuck on Alive Rob and probably not marry him. I think they are going to get married regardless because really it was Tiff. Like Emmett didn't tell Keisha about the recording yet. He didn't tell her yet. Okay. He didn't tell her yet. It may happen. We still got more episodes to watch. So it didn't happen yet. It may happen. She's worried that Emmett will tell Keisha. Victor said, nah, I guarantee he won't tell Keisha anything about the recording. and she's worried, stressed, and you see her face. She's smoking like crazy. What's up, Havana? What's good? What's good? You say Emmett and Keisha, mine as well, not even getting married because she's acting like she cares more about Nuck than she cares about him. I don't think so. Keisha is asking to be single. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really think y'all got to look at Keisha's mentality now has become, it takes a village, right? And as I said earlier, you may have just came through, right? So what I said earlier was Keisha's gotten to the point where she has positioned the family, and she is the mother of the family with all Emma's kids and her child, and there's been a consistency with Nuck being there. At the same time, she has respect for Nuck. He is the father of her child, and he was part of the program. Now that he's not here, the program is offset. Ronnie's probably asking, where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? She got to deal with that. Emmett got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's like she is in love with Nuck. I don't think Keisha's in love with Nuck. I think she's in love with Emmett. I think her asking over and over and over is really, the motivation is Ronnie, little Ronnie. Because she's a mom. She's a super mom at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where her questioning over and over and over and over about Nuck is coming from, not necessarily that she is in love with Nuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's it. Yeah, I'm talking about that. You're talking about the kidnapping. Yep, season 3. That was like the deepest season to me, man. I was team Keisha all the way. I was hoping she'd get out. Thank God for Ronnie coming through. DeMarcus says, Fatima will cross paths with Tiff, and Fatima will realize that Victor was involved with the unalignment of Nuck. You think so? You think Fatima gonna find out? I mean, she was questioning him, right? I didn't go over that, but she was questioning him. Yeah. He's hiding something. I know you better than whatever. And he's like, you don't know, the old me, right? You don't know who I am today. That's what he said. We'll see. She's like, whose fault is that? Then he walks away. Get out of here, Fatima. Go sit down. All right, Havana said, I saw the trailer and she just pissed me off with looking like she's getting ready to cry in front of Bakari over Nuck. Dusty bum. Yeah, man. So, it is what it is, man. So let me rate this real quick. And of course, once they, drop the trailer for the next episode, you already know, look out for my Handle the Truth podcast in my shorts. I'm doing it there now as far as what's next and what to expect and stuff like that. All right. So out of 1, if you haven't rated it, go ahead and rate it. 1 for fire, 2 for good, 3 for meh, 4 for not feeling it. All right. Go ahead and rate that. Put in the chat. I'm going to give my rating right now, and I'm going to rate this a 2. I'm going to rate it a 2 for good. Again, I'm not using the word filler anymore. I'm saying that these are informative episodes now because we're getting a lot of information. We're moving the story forward. We're seeing the new connections. Again, that whole Britney and Jackie relationship still is like, how is that happening? But we're seeing more and more that, yes, Britney's a snitch. We're seeing Lene and Kenya go back and forth like, oh, we don't know where Nuck is and da-da-da. Just pray that he doesn't come back. Everybody, loose lips, Lene, she a snitch. Straight up snitch, and she's scared. And at the same time, she asking Bakari, oh, you work for, she trying to do anything she can to kind of still get in with Bakari, but act like she don't care. And I'm just like, y'all kids. We say Keisha name her baby Ronnie. Yes. All right, Steven, you give it a 2. Anybody else that didn't rate, go ahead and rate it. Here's the rating. Steven gives it a 2. Go ahead and put that rating in there. And yeah, family, it's been a pleasure, family. Keep rating, keep chatting. We're going to keep this thing going, fam, all the way up to the last episode. This is the final season, fam. One of my favorite shows. DeMarcus said solid 2. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Even though we was mad at, I'm mad at Shad, I'm mad at Tiff. It is what it is. We're going to get mad at these folks. They got to redeem themselves or something's going to happen to them. All right? Look out. giving y'all a heads up. Look out. This coming week, July 1st, the Ruthless Roundtable is back, family. So look out for that. That's right. We're going to be covering episodes 1 and 2. Ruthless is back. Season 6 is going to be fire. Ruthless Roundtable coming back together. It's going to be crazy. If you haven't already did my first reaction to Raising Kanan, right? Episode 3 that Joe Sikora, he directed. So I did my first reactions. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out after this. And yeah, man, look out for all the new stuff that's coming, man. There's a whole lot of stuff coming. So keep it locked right here, VACAY-JayTV. Thank you to all my VACAY VIP members. Thank you to my MVPs holding down the chat. DeMarcus, thank you again for the super chat. And thank you, everybody, for participating today. All right, I'm going to see y'all in the next one, fam. I appreciate your love, support. Enjoy your weekend. You may also see me with Shade in the City. We'll see. We still got to make arrangements. We are going to have a live discussion probably on the Shad and on Raising Kanan. So look out for that. Just keep your notification bells on. And yeah, your boy, it's your man, VACAY-J. All right, I'm going to see you on the next video. Until next time. Salute.
I don't wanna go.